Greetings to the viewers of the internet. It's me, Danny from GameFront.com. Today, on Twitch, I thought, it's the launch day of Windows 11. So how better to celebrate the launch of Windows 11 than to go back to, well, not even, like 11 is such a low number when you could just be, going straight up into the 90s, like 95, 98, 2000, well, maybe not that. But I thought, Windows 11 launch day, why not celebrate by, rewinding a little bit? Let's take a look at Windows 95 and let's have a look at some of the games you could play back in the day. I thought it'd be a good idea. Maybe it won't. I'm going to take suggestions. So I've got a few games on my Windows 95 system that I already have preloaded. And then if people want me to go and grab some abandonware or whatever and play it, we can load it up. Unlimited possibilities for this particular live stream. So this is my screensaver. I don't know if many people in yet. So I'll wait for a few people. I thought I would, first things first, I would reboot the system so we can all enjoy the dulcet tones of the startup sound. I've also got a Windows 98 system and a Windows 3.1 system. And to be honest, I don't think it matters which one I use, really. They're all kind of the same thing. So this one's my Windows 95 system. It's decidedly retro, but you can see how Windows 95 is very much not that different from Windows. You've still got your start menu and icons, and things don't really change that much. I mean, if anything, Windows 11 is kind of the biggest change, moving everything into the center as it has done. Anyway, I'll restart the machine just so people can enjoy the ta-da! So people can enjoy the startup sequence. Imagine a floppy disk noise about this point. Just imagine that bit. Imagine that. And then also imagine a lot of going on as your hard drive kind of spins around and... And then that's the sound you want. That's the sound everyone enjoys. So the plan is just to play a bunch of old games on Windows 95 buttons. So I'm going to play a few. And then I'll take, if people want me to load up some other, suggestions that I can find on the internet easily enough from archive.org and things of that nature, then we'll do that. I mean, some of the things I've got installed on here that we can check out. Well, we've got, the first one I'm going to play is Pod, or Planet of Death. Where's Pod? Under Ubisoft, I think. There it is. So Pod was like an old school 3D racing game, which was really impressive for the time. Used MMX technology on your old Intel 386 or whatever, Pentium with MMX. So we'll check that out. We'll play through the Fury 3 trial because that's cool. I do have Hover as dev stick. We can certainly play Hover. That's on the Windows 95 CD. I have that. So we've got Pod, Fury 3 trial. We'll play Hover. We can play. I've got silly things on it. David Bellamy's Endangered Wildlife, which is a really, really terrible game, but you might enjoy checking out for a minute. The Oregon Trail. I've played that before, but maybe we could have a game of that. I've got Microsoft Flight Simulator 98. I've got Gex on here. Gex trial version. People were talking about Gex earlier today. See, it's all in. Monster Truck Madness. Revenge of the Arcade. It's all on here. Does anyone remember Cats before I open Pod up? Does anyone remember Cats? Your computer pets. And it was like a virtual, it's a bit like Tamagotchis before Tamagotchi. Like you could. Oh, I painted my cat bright yellow. That was a mistake. I should probably clean the cat. You need a wash. Oh, this doesn't. I don't think that works. How do I clean the cat? Can't be yellow forever. Look, you're on the roof now. Yeah. Whoops-a-daisy. Mr. Bigglesworth is oh, Mr. Bigglesworth, I'm your pet. There now. He's okay. He's all right. He's all is forgiven. Have some drugs. Have some premium nut drug. Some biscuits. Could even press this button and then he'd be on your desktop like this. It was fantastic. This was the I love the fact that people not only remember cats, but Spartan seems to be an expert on cats. 300 hours just doing cats. So fair enough. There was even some like later versions of this, like Cats 2 and Cats 3, where you could like build a house, and it got very complicated very quick. And I think, and I've not played it, but apparently they made like a version for Nintendo DS like in recent times, and that thing is fucking creepy. Anyway, so that's Cats, your computer pets. I will save a picture of this momentous occasion in my C drive. That day we streamed cats.bmp. Too many letters, but freaking humbug. Right, that's enough of that. Yeah, Cats 3 was probably the most advanced one because there was dogs as well, so you could but with Cats 3 is the first time that you could mix the two together. So like if you bought Cats 3 and you bought Dogs 3, then suddenly you had Cats and Dogs 3, and they were all sharing the same house, and oh, it was a revolutionary time. It was a revolutionary time. Anyway, let's play Ubisoft Games' Pod or Planet of Death. Fond memories of this one. It's a 3D racing game from, as they were known then, Ubi Space Soft. Yeah, this was a really cool game for the time. There was an intro sequence there somewhere, but apparently it didn't want to play in, but that's okay. So there's not really a lot to this in terms of story or anything like that. It's basically just a racing game. So you've got like single race championship, custom championships, blah blah blah. We'll just do a couple of single races, I guess. Quick look through the track. So we've got so this is set on like an alien planet. I don't know if it's Mars. Could have been Mars. But effectively, the story of this game is that the planet has kind of had some kind of disaster, and everyone's trying to evacuate. There's not enough evacuation ships. So imagine Titanic in space. There's not enough like escape ships. So to compete for one of the final places to get off the planet, they're holding a series of street races because, you know, as you do. And the winner of the street races effectively secures their life, and everybody else dies. So that kind of gives you an idea of that. So you've got Canyon, Downtown, Vietland, Plant 21 over here. I might use the mouse because the controller's a bit awkward. We've got City, Galleria, Borough, Alderon, the Sewers, Cocoon, and the headquarters. And then apparently there's like 4 tracks that are just empty slots. And I never really knew if you could unlock those later or what the case might be there. Maybe some DLC, some expansion packs. Let's start at the beginning with Pompeii. And these are the cars you could drive. They're all fairly low polygon, low texture affairs. I always liked... which one is it? This one was always my favourite, the Scorp. Because that thing just looks badass, man. Like, that thing just looks like it'll do some damage. But yeah, these are the other cars. The Sabre. Gamma is pretty cool. Wow, Nightbot, you are on an absolute wobble today. Arc. Bakar. Doppel. No one likes that one. AV1 looks alright. The Shivan looks pretty cool. But yeah, it's all about the scope, frankly. So we'll give this a go. The Nightbot's clearly taking cues from the Cappy bot. All of which take cues from Zephyr. It's just, you know, bots are taking over the world. Anyway. Let me know if the audio's too loud. I think it's okay. One thing to say straight off the bat, there's no analog controls on this. So left is left and right is right. I mean, I am using a controller. So we are emulating a, 2 4-button joystick, whatever it is, through an Xbox gamepad. So to describe the setup that I'm using for people who might be interested, rather than using something like VirtualBox or anything like that, I'm using something called PCM. And PCM is a pretty cool emulator. And what it does is rather than emulating the software, so just basically making, operating systems run on your hardware, it basically emulates the hardware, if that makes sense. So it's not emulating Windows 95. It's emulating, it's emulating an Intel Pentium. It's emulating the RAM. It's emulating the motherboard. I've got a Voodoo 3DFX installed on this, so it's emulating that. And then the software just kind of runs in the emulated hardware. The downside of it is that it's quite intensive, so you need a very powerful PC to make it all work smoothly. But the upside is that it's a very accurate emulation, so it feels like you're playing on actual hardware rather than something like VirtualBox, which feels very janky. And yeah, I mean, PCM is pretty cool because you can choose the hardware you want to configure, so you can swap out sound cards, graphics cards, processors. You can so I've got this one configured to be the exact specs of my very first PC back in the day. So it's set up to be an Intel Pentium MMX at 133 megahertz, I think. It's got 16 megabytes. Hold the phone, boys and girls. 16 megabytes of RAM, which was, quite respectable back in 1995. It's got a 4 gigabyte hard drive, which again was a very, very pie in the sky thing. And then yeah, it's got a Voodoo 3DFX graphics card installed in there as well. Yeah, so kind of Spartan. It's all it emulates is the hardware. So PCM emulates the hardware, and the software is running on the emulated hardware. So you can run any software you want: MS-DOS, Windows 3.11, Windows 2000 XP, whatever you want to do. It only supports hardware up to around 95, 96, 97. So it doesn't support I think Pentium 2s are about as far as it goes. It doesn't emulate Pentium 3, Pentium 4, or anything newer than that. But if you're into this kind of era, it emulates older stuff as well. So you can emulate Intel 386 and that kind of thing. So you just check it out. PCM. It's discontinued, sadly, which is does make me very sad. But the final version is very stable, and if you go to pcm.com, check it out. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm doing terribly for whatever reason. I just don't seem to have the speed to keep up with the other races, and I don't know why. I feel like maybe a boost button that I'm missing or something. Buy the rights to people. I think it's an open source project, to be honest, so I think anyone can pick it up and take it over. I just don't think anybody has done yet. Also, I just don't have the skills to take over PCM, and I don't know if Mikey does either. There's a shortcut there. Let's explore the shortcut while we're clearly in last place. What an absolutely useless shortcut. That just makes everything way longer. And the other thing I like about PCM is you don't have to do this, but you can install shaders as well. Which is why, I've got my fake CRT monitor going on here, which hopefully you all enjoy. Some people don't like having shaders and, fake scan lines and stuff, and that's fine. You don't have to do that, but I quite like the old CRT effect overlays. I've kind of toned it down, though, so the scan lines are not too egregious, I don't think. Yeah, this is a 5-lap race, and I am just nowhere near being able to catch... What has happened? Maybe there's something wrong with this. I know Pod had some weird issues to do with clock speeds. So if you had like a slower clock or a too fast of a clock on the processor, it would behave in a weird way. So I don't know if that's kind of what's going on. Yeah, I mean, I'm being lapped, Spartan. I've been lapped, so that's how bad this is. Not only have they beaten me, they've beaten me twice. It's weird. I don't know why I'm not being able to... It's not like I'm even breaking into the corners or anything. I'm just... It's not exactly a difficult game to just go flat out on. That's why I'm wondering if I've missed something. Maybe it's just very difficult. Like, I remember playing it as a kid. Obviously, back in the day. But, you know, I wasn't necessarily good at it. It was just kind of a, ooh, shiny 3D graphics. This is exciting. It wasn't a, I was actually good at this game kind of game. But the lack of analog controls doesn't help. Not to make excuses. Yeah, everybody seems to just be waiting. Maybe I've just picked a terrible car. I used to love this car as a kid because it was like the most badass looking car, but maybe it's the worst car. Maybe looks can be deceiving, I don't know. Five laps is too much as well. Yeah, Fashion Souls is not the strategy, you're right. Where's the finish line? Was that not the finish line? There we go. So I was a solid minute slower than basically everybody there. You know, so... You know, 1 minute, 24 seconds slower than my nearest competitor. Unreal. I agree, it's not very aerodynamic. That is true. Let's have a look in the options. Difficulty level easy. Damage off. So, good job me. Dolby surround. Don't know what that does. Do not play it. Oh, I turned the intro off. That's why people couldn't see the intro. It doesn't matter. The intro doesn't really have anything. Change player. What an exciting name. Let's change it to... have my name there. Let's try a different car on a different track, I guess. Because I don't really know what... well, yeah, plus 1 minute is way too big for it to be the car, I think. Something weird is going on there. I thought you were going to type ass. Yes, no. I'm not that childish. Let's drive on the... Let's go for the city track. So we got stats on the right-hand side. So this is a 51, 58. So acceleration 51 and speed 87. So that doesn't sound too bad. Like, that one's terrible. 54, 59. That one's crap. 62. Better acceleration, much less speed. Again, 47, much less speed. This one's got 87 speed, and so that one's better. That one's actually worse. That one's way worse. That one's very fast to accelerate, but very slow. So there's no reason why that car should actually have been struggling like that. This is actually probably one of the better spec cars. 5187. Let's try this one, which is a bit better acceleration. Brakes are worse, but who needs to stop, right? Oregon Trail. I've got Oregon Trail. We can play some Oregon Trail.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
So yeah, it may be a clock speed FPS thing, or it may be I just need to stop crashing into walls thing, which is also a distinct possibility, because you'll notice what the other racers don't do is crash. Having said that, you know, I'm staying with the pack for now. But then all of a sudden they get away from you pretty quickly. Like, what's going on there? That's crazy. Of course it's a skill issue, Spartan. Why would it not be a, you know, it's GameFront. We don't have skill. Yeah, if you want to clip it, you clip it. Go. Oh, wow, that's a dead end. That's... Gee. Well, that was definitely a skill issue. Oh, I'm still going the wrong way. Oh, my lord. What's the correct way to go? Yeah, the track design on this one is terrible. I agree. Also, you have to, like, manually shift it into reverse. How do you put it? There we go. People are going this way, so why was it telling me wrong way? Oh my god! Well, I'm in last place again, but deservedly so this time, I would argue. What an absolute fustercluck. This is a 7-lap race. Forget that noise. Absolutely not. Absolutely not gonna just drag that out for, you know, 6 more laps. Is there a way to change the number of laps? It's not very customizable races, really. Let's do one more. Let's have a look at... Oh, any thoughts of maps you want to play? Boone, Sewer. That looks like a long track. Alderon. Let's try Alderon. That looks kind of interesting. And then let's see if we can change... Oh, wait, what? I can customize the car. Oh, I can change how the points go into the different stats. That's pretty cool. Test. What does test do? Oh, there's a test track. Oh, I like the customizability of the cars. That's pretty cool. I approve of that. Okay. That's nice. All right then. Well, let's nobody needs brakes. Nobody needs brakes. So let's put 10 more points into acceleration and 10 more points into speed. And let's just, you know, pray that we don't need to stop. Because frankly, who needs to stop anyway, honestly? I mean, but yeah, I can't change the number of laps. I'm hoping that's... Speed will be my friend here, I think. I don't even know which button the brake is, to be honest. So, like, nobody needs brakes. When you can turn on a sixpence like that, who needs brakes? See, this is the bee's knees now. We're up and running. We're cooking with Calagas now. Yeah, I mean... The way to be good at racing is just to be faster than everybody else. It's as simple as that. if any, you know, struggling to mid-tier Formula 1 teams want to give me a job, please do let me know, because I think I can be the solution to all of your problems, frankly. I know exactly how to tune a car to get your team the best results at your next Grand Prix. You don't need skill when you've got power. Oh, I've dropped down to 6th. NASCAR greater than Formula 1. Absolutely disgusting human being. How could you even contemplate such a thing? I mean... Sell it to me. Why do you like NASCAR? And just being from the south is not a good enough reason. You need to give justification for this cars go vroom. Yes, you do indeed. Wow, Nightbot is on fire. What's happened to Nightbot? It's aggressive as it. Yeah, Mikey, it's too aggressive, man. Yeah, she needs to, you know, cool her jets. Oh, he's done it on purpose because of the Cappy bot. Right, that makes sense. Okay. You've upset Mikey. Good job. Funnily enough, even with my supercharged car, my skill seems to have been the this is all going to be Jeremy Clarkson. You know, my skill has been the deciding factor in the end, and slowly but surely, I've slipped back into 8th place with another 3 laps left to go. You know, I think I've had enough of this. Oh, hang on, we might be able to re-grab 7th. Maybe it wasn't all for naught after all. The tension is now real. The tension is building. You know, it looks kind of, you know, blocky and low quality graphics these days, but I remember back in the day this being very, very impressive graphics. You know, it was like PlayStation level graphics, I guess. In fact, it looked nicer than PlayStation, better resolution. But yeah, this was definitely the most exciting game that I got with my PC when we first got it. There was a load of educational software and, you know, a few demo discs and games and things, but it came with a copy of Pod, and I've still got the disc somewhere. In fact, it's probably lying around in here somewhere. And the disc and the case for this game was a very... it's a really cool looking disc with really nice, like, textured artwork on it, and it had this very distinctive smell. You know, like that new plastic hardware smell that you used to get with it when you like buy a new PC. And the smell is still there, like 20, however long it's been, 30 years late, 30 years, nearly 30 years later. But the smell is still on the disc. It's the best thing I own. Like the original Pod disc that I've got somewhere is. It's a phenomenal thing. I don't need the disc, obviously, to play the game because I've got the ISO and whatever, but I keep the disc just because I love the nostalgia and the smell that comes off the disc. Hey, Flipsider! Vacuum sealer. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised it still holds the same smell. Like, the smell... I remember when I opened it for the very first time, and the smell, and I know I'm talking about smells of a compact disc, which is a very odd thing to talk about. But there was a very, you know, it's a nice smell that came from that disc when I opened it for the first time, and it's still there. it's just it transports me back, man. Like, it's a very odd thing. Like, very few objects from that long ago which would still have the same kind of smell, like that fresh compact disc smell. And I think it's just because of the way the label was done on that disc. It's a really nice, cool looking label. And because of the way it was done, it just seems to have retained that kind of smell for some reason. It's a nice thing. I'll find it. I think I've got it here somewhere. You know, I still have the Star Trek Webipedia book somewhere, which is basically just like a big book full of Star Trek websites, which was printed in maybe '98 or something like that. I think Elite Force 2 files is in there actually, so we're in the book, but GameFront's technically in the book, but I've got it somewhere. And it's basically it's a blast from the past. You just go scroll through the pages and it's just a load of websites with screenshots kind of recommending good Star Trek websites to go and visit and what they do. And yeah, that's a very 90s thing. Right, we're nearly done now. I did not manage to regain my let's crash at the end there. I did not manage to regain my ranking. Let me see if I can find that disc. I think I've got it here somewhere. What's in that cupboard? Eagle is Destic. I think you'll enjoy this one. I don't know if you can see that, but this is the original soundtrack for Enterprise, the next chapter in the Star Trek legacy. Which was the original. This was the original. When was this? When did I buy this? This was from HMV in. I remember buying this from HMV. 2001. Doesn't have a date on it, but you can look it up. There you go. I found that. Odd Planet of Death. I found it. I found it. Oh, this is such a beautiful thing. Oh, the smell's starting to fade. It's still there. I know I'm sniffing a CD on a live stream, and you know, take that for what it is. The smell is still there, but it is. Oh no, it's starting to fade. Oh, I wish you could fucking bottle it. I'm going to stop sniffing the CD now. But if you want to take a look at it, it's a cool looking disc. It's yeah, Pod MMX technology there, compact disc. Yeah, you know, it's a cool thing. It's a cool thing. I'm a bit sad the smell's starting to go on it. Definitely not there anymore. Well, it's still there, but very faint now. Last time I checked it, the smell was definitely still there. Sad. Anyway, let's move on. I'm done with Pod. What do you want to... So I can either crack on with Fury 3. Doesn't take long to play through, so we can just quickly check that out. Because it's only the trial version, so it's only one level. And I thought, you know, Fury 3 might be a pretty cool thing just to check out for a minute. And then, yeah. What should our call sign should obviously be GameFront. Let's begin the mission. The Seebeck mission. Planet Seebeck mission. Death Onk. According to the ancient Seebeckian scriptures, the Death Onk grants its possessor something. Seize it before the Bions do. You don't want an enemy that you can't kill. And then the intelligence report follows. The good thing about these games is you don't necessarily need to know the plot very well. It just shows you through all the different ships. So these Seebeckian sail ships accompany all the river barges. Some Pandian hovercraft, action, tiger fighters. They're fierce and fastidious, so beware. Scarab fighters protect caravans and ward off intruders. And that's all. That's it, really. Yeah. So this is like a flight fighting kind of game. Is that the right term? It's a flight sim up. It's not a flight simulator. It's like an arcade shooty game. It's pretty cool. It was a Microsoft Games thing. The name of the game is basically just to destroy the targets, as indicated, while also like destroying and/or avoiding the other enemy planes. You got full 360 degrees of movement. It was quite fun, this game. The draw distance is shocking, as you can tell, but that was kind of par for the course back then. You've got like boost. You can get weapon upgrades by finding them throughout the levels. And effectively we want to head towards... You know, I'm not sure I quite remember how you know where the target is. I thought it showed up on the radar on the top there. You can fly above the clouds as well, by the way, which was a fun thing to do. These very photorealistic clouds, which are definitely not, you know, incredibly pixelated. Turbo! Oh, that's it. Where it says distance on the top. You just use that to try and figure out how far you are away from your next target. That's it. So we want to be heading in a direction where the distance is going down. So this is the right way, more or less. Let's just warp speed to our target. You know, as terrible as they look, these were pretty good graphics as well for back in the day. So the target is around here somewhere in one of these cluster of enemies. We want to slow down a little bit. This plane can go surprisingly slow without stalling, by the way. I mean, we are practically hovering at this point. But, hey, Red, how are you today? We've destroyed the target, so let's move on to the next one. There is no finer use of data, frankly. So I think we need to destroy these aircraft carriers, I'm assuming. We've unlocked some new skivernetic lasers. I don't know how you change weapon. Oh, I think you use the keyboard for that. Oh, that's the ground. Whoa! Yay. Alright, I'm getting mobbed a bit here. I should probably deal with some of the enemy aircraft. Yeah, I think it looks cool. I mean, you know, it's easy to take for granted, like, modern graphics, right? I think in many ways it's more impressive to look at older games like this where they were making pretty cool stuff happen on limited resources. Nowadays, it's like, it's not even difficult, right? Like, you can... people are making like crappy Unity asset flips all the time. Like, you can make your own 3D game without effort. Whereas in this day and age, exactly the workarounds they had to do to achieve these kinds of things were way more impressive. Oh, that's the ground again. Whoops-a-daisy. I'm upside down, and I still don't know how to switch to my servokinetic lasers. There we go. Now I've changed to my Ruffle 20s. Much more powerful weapon, the Ruffle 20. Oh, that's a big laser boy. Oh, I've unlocked some rockets. Some FFFF7s. Eat my Final Fantasy 7s. Right, we need to be going in the right direction here. Going the wrong way. It's a pyramid. Heading this way, I think. Yeah, it always makes me laugh, Red, about there was a meme that I saw where like back in the day, like fog, like in this game, fog is being used to obscure the fact that the draw distance is very short. So fog was used as a way of saving system resources, right? So you can see like how quickly stuff's popping in. Wow, oops, a daisy. We've got a difficult platforming section we need to go through. But yeah, nowadays when you try and do fog in a video game, it's like the most resource-intensive thing. Like fog for some reason is very expensive in games now, whereas back in the day, like fog was... I mean, obviously volumetric fog is a very different beast to just not drawing things on the screen and calling it fog. But it does make me laugh how fog has kind of changed its role in video games. Must destroy the Sphinx cats. Boom! Yeah, Silent Hill used fog in that way as well. Sorry, Liz, I apologise for destroying the kitties, but they were evil kitties that were part of an evil alien empire of kitties, so... Take down the alien convoy. Target's destroyed. Right, let's move on. Where are we going next? This way, I assume. Oh, that's the wrong way. This way? Okay. People are used to seeing me murder all the NPCs that I see. The good thing about this game is you're supposed to murder all of the NPCs that you see. That's the name of the game. Well, it's not the name of the game. The name of the game is Fury 3, but nice. This is it. Boost. No, dispersion cannons. What were they on? Number 2. Ooh, these look fancy. Disperse. It's the boss. Guardian, apparently. Shields restored. Oh, right, okay. Where is the boss? I think I can hear it, but I don't see it. Stupid draw distance. There he is. It's like a big King Viper. Nice. Let's get out some of the heavier guns. What have we got? My Viper cannons. Might as well use those up. That did a bit of damage. I think I've got 16 of those left as well. Okay, we've run out of Viper cannons. What else have we got in our arsenal that we've collected? We've got some Ruffle 20s still. Probably shouldn't fly into the thing, but if I slow down, that might be helpful. It makes it harder to avoid the enemy fire, but I mean, we can just... Oh, we've died! Good night, everybody! Well, you know, that wasn't too bad. Words of wisdom from Counselor. Never eat shredded wheat. Wow. A random a random saying there. We actually, but this on the scoreboard, we came second there. Counselor with 25,400 was, I think, the last time I played. GameFront now second place. Iceman with 5,000. Bandit with 4,000. And the original Counselor with only 5,300. No, thank you, because it'll make me play the whole thing again. So that was Fury 3. Just to give you the elevator pitch, Fury 3 puts the fast, furious world of 32-bit gaming technology right in your face. Speed through 3 parallel playing fields with multiple missions on 8 unique worlds. Attack key enemy installations above, below, and on the planet's surface. Make every mission a stomach-churning experience with 6 degrees of freedom and rich 3D graphics. Spot enemies in all directions while maintaining your ship's course. And finally, hear explosions, crashes, and more in awesome stereo sound. The full version is available now at your local retailer. Nice. What do we want to play next? It can either be from my selection of things that I have installed, or we can, you know, branch out a little bit and, you know, see what we can find on the old interwebs. For those that are wondering, Windows 95 came with the wonderful web browser known as Microsoft Internet Explorer. Version 3.0. Version 3.0.2. Oh, it's 3.02. Copyright 95/96 Microsoft Internet Explorer. It doesn't actually work. Why? It doesn't support a single TLS protocol standard. It doesn't support any modern web standards, really. It doesn't even support the old ones. But I can tell you what does. And that's my old friend Netscape Navigator 3.0. Which also is having a bit of a roughly time of it. But I think if you go to Google on this one, can't create a socket. No good, no good. Netscape's failed as well. Where did I get this to work? I think it was Internet Explorer 4 that works. So I would have to, I'd have to flip over to my Windows 98 machine. Should we do that? Why not? We'll mix it up a little bit. It's now safe. Turn off your computer. Switch over to a different computer. Resize this to fit the window. There we go. Ooh. I remember when Windows really wanted me to know that it was safe to turn off the computer. Yes, it was an important thing back in the day. We found some new hardware apparently. Don't remember doing that. After you do your funny internet stuff, I'm going to need to see some Doom. Absolutely, sir. We can play some Doom. Oh, daylight savings time has been and gone and been again since I last booted into this one, I think. Anyway, there you go. So this is Windows 98. It's like Windows 95, but with some more clutter and fluff kind of included, which I was never actually too fond of. So I'm more fond of Windows 95, if I'm honest. That was my baby, but this one, you know, it had a few extra things, like now it's got a condensed start menu, got Windows Update for the first time. Windows 98 introduced Windows Update to the world. People remember 98 more than 95, I think, so people might enjoy that. But yeah, look, the Windows Update website still works in the fact that it just infinitely loops in an infinite redirect. Because the Microsoft website here is just like, I don't know what to do with this information right now. I'm very confused. But let's just open up Internet Explorer. Is it 4 or 5? This one's Internet Explorer 5. And you'll be pleased to know that some websites, just google.com, still work. Google, by the way, as much as I hate Google, and I feel like Google are the worst company in the world, they have inexplicable support for old web browsers. Like, they will support things going way back to the dawn of time, for whatever reason. Like, so Google's homepage is even degrading itself to look like it did back in 1990, whatever, just for compatibility's sake. It doesn't, it doesn't even use TLS or anything. No HTTPS. It's a funny thing that Google do, and I don't know why they still support all these old website standards. The problem with things like FileFront, GameFront, is that because it uses HTTPS, they just never work. So the best you're going to get out of it is Google, basically. But you can see the images on Google, which is fun. Look at that. That's all broken. Because it doesn't know how to handle maybe modern image. Oh, it's fixed itself. There you go. FileFront, GameFront, FileFront, GameFront. Anyway, do I want to go the extra mile? Support us on Patreon to get exclusive rewards. Thank you, Nightbot. People didn't know that, so I'm glad you've kept them abreast of the situation. Am I going to install BonziBuddy? I could very well install BonziBuddy. I would need to find a way to download it or get it into the machine, I guess. Maybe somebody's got a website that would allow us to do that. Give me a download for BonziBuddy. Is this going to work? No. I'll tell you what, I'll have to do it outside of the VM, outside of PCM, I think, to download BonziBuddy. And then I can, mount it as a virtual... mount it as like a virtual floppy disk or something like that. Download BonziBuddy now for free. BonziBuddy has been blocked as a potentially unwanted app by Microsoft Smart Screen Defender. I do not blame it for that. Keep it anyway. Override! Don't believe I'm doing this. It's a reckless thing to be doing. So we've got BonziBuddy on the go there. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll play some Doom, as requested. And then once we've played some Doom, we'll come back and see if we can get BonziBuddy up and running. BonziBuddy is still there. I found it, bonzi.live or something like that. Someone has decided to rehost the original BonziBuddy website, complete with download. So, read the original website was hijacked. What's the worst that could possibly happen? I mean, I'm not going to run it on my main PC. I'll copy it into the virtual machine. And I'm quite happy to sacrifice the Windows 98 machine. It's not one that I use all that often, if I'm being honest. Right, time for some Doom. Do you like MIDI files? The thing I like about Doom is you don't really have to aim, because there's no up and down. It's just forwards, backwards, left and right. So as long as you're vaguely pointing in the direction of the enemy, you just fire that gun and you're in business. Like, big boy up there, don't need to aim at him. Got him! Don't know how many people remember that secret. Yeah, Doom will always be loved. It's spawned the genre, really, along with some other, you know, notable games of the era like Wolfenstein 3D, you know, Quake and Duke Nukem 3D, but I mean, it was a good time to be alive if you liked your boomer shooters. Nice. Hangar finished. Windows security has found some potentially unwanted apps on my computer. Yes, I know it's Bonzi, buddy. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Right, we're entering the nuclear plant. The Windows 11. He's very upset about Bonzi, buddy. Doesn't really understand why I've decided to download such a dramatically terrible piece of software to my PC, but I'm sure we'll get around it. I remember having this game on the Game Boy Advance. And I remember thinking, and it was exactly the same as this pretty much. And I remember being very impressed that the Game Boy Advance could run like a 3D game like this. Back in the early 2000s or whatever it was. One game that you know what? I've just had a thought for my ongoing retro playthroughs, actually. Doom 64. I have not played Doom 64 in a very long time. Yeah, the Game Boy Advance version probably isn't quite as good as it. Like, certainly resolution-wise and, like, color. It didn't have as many colors, I imagine, and stuff. But I remember playing it on the Game Boy Advance back when it released and thinking that, you know, I'm quite impressed this works on a Game Boy Advance. The Game Boy Advance was not a massively powerful. I think was it Game Boy Color? It'd have been even more impressive. No, I don't think it would have. It wouldn't have been Game Boy Color. But yeah, the Game Boy Advance. But I don't think the Game Boy Advance was like an especially powerful handheld, really. Certainly more powerful than the original Game Boy and the Game Boy Color. But you have to put it in context as well. Like, even though the Game Boy Advance was like a good, what, 5-6 years after this would have released, at least. But that's still a short space of time back then. Like, Doom was still... Well, it was considered old by the time the Game Boy Advance came around, but it wasn't considered as the retro game that it is now, if that makes sense. It was still considered relatively modern-ish. What does that button do? Yeah, the Game Boy Color was just it was just like a Motorola 6800 or something like that, wasn't it? It was just effectively just like the equivalent of like a Master System or a or the original Famicom, Super Nintendo, or the Nintendo Entertainment System, I should say. I was never a Nintendo person, if I'm honest. I jumped on Nintendo around the Nintendo 64. That was the first Nintendo I owned. Well, I loved the Nintendo 64. And, you know, I've been somewhat of a fan ever since. Like, I've had the GameCube, I've had the Game Boy Advance. I had a 3DS at one point, although I didn't keep the 3DS very long because it was kind of made me feel a bit sick. Nintendo Wii. I still have a Wii U somewhere. And I've got a Nintendo Switch OLED coming next week. Or is it this week? It's on the 9th, I think. I'm quite excited about the Nintendo Switch OLED. I am going to do an unboxing video of that for the channel. Which would be a thing that we don't normally do, but I thought, you know, whatever. I've got it. Might as well review it. Day 1 review. It's like a Nintendo Switch, but it has an OLED screen. It looks very nice. That's my review. A Nintendo fan since the original NES. Old school. Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to the Switch. I've been, you know, basically, I have a lot of friends, mainly female friends, if I'm honest, who are basically telling me to buy a Nintendo Switch so I can play Animal Crossing. And it's all about the Animal Crossing, I hear. Obviously, being a hardcore gamer, you know, veteran of things like Dark Souls, Animal Crossing is right up my alley. So, yeah, I'm very excited. But also, yeah, there's a couple of other Nintendo exclusives. Like, basically all the Mario and Zelda games I want to get on. And then I'm hoping as well that it'll be a good one for, like, maybe get downloading some retro as well. I've seen the Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis controllers that they've got for sale for that thing. And I'm like, yes, take my money, Nintendo. I would like all of your controllers, please. And I don't care if it's going to cost me a small fortune to buy them all. I need those in my life. So yeah, that's gonna happen. And I might live stream some Nintendo games as well. I might do some Animal Crossing live streams. I'm going to see if I can buy a capture card so I can capture the Nintendos. Because I don't actually have any other consoles. I have an Xbox 360 somewhere still, I think. But and obviously the Nintendo... the other Nintendo, the... not the... what was the last Nintendo before the Switch? The Wii U. I've got a Wii U somewhere. It's gone dark all of a sudden. But yeah, I'll get a capture card so I can... so we can play some Wii U. So I can play some Nintendo Switch games on the old live streams. Thank you, Nightbots. Managed to get myself a little bit lost. Alrighty then, I think I am lost. I feel like I need to get into that room with the dudes around the other side there, but I'm not sure how you get in there. Alright, boys, calm down. Maybe it's through this way. There we go. Blue keycard door, of course. You got the shotgun! Super Monkey Ball 2. Oh, you're playing GameCube. did like the GameCube, although I definitely didn't like it as much as the N64. I don't think it quite had the games library of the N64. And I remember like not having that many games for it, and one of them being Luigi's Mansion, and being very sick of Luigi's Mansion very quickly. Because Mario 64 it is not. And there is only so long that you can listen to Luigi carrying around a vacuum cleaner going, Mario! 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 Mario? Mario! And then eventually I would just want to shoot myself in the head. So, you know, GameCube, not quite. I remember the Mario. Don't tell me to stop fucking saying it. I'll just say more. But I remember the was it Mario Kart Double Dash? That was cool. I liked that one. Yeah, Luigi's Mansion's terrible. Nobody likes that game. There's been like 3 more Luigi's Mansions since, I believe. I haven't played them. To be honest, I don't remember what I enjoyed on the GameCube. I don't think I had that many games for it, if I'm honest. Yeah, I guess I didn't have any of those. I mean, I had Luigi's Mansion, but I didn't own any of the others there, Morgan. So I have to admit I must have missed the boat on the old GameCube. Oh, I know what I did have on GameCube, which I liked. Sonic Heroes, I think I first played on the GameCube. And also like the Mega Drive Classics collection. Because, of course, the first thing you should do with a Nintendo console is use it to play Sega games. Resident Evil 4. Yeah, I was enjoying the music a bit too much there, if I'm honest. There's a switch around here to make that door, make this platform rise up. There it is. Simple as. Right. We're powering our way through Doom a little bit there. Let's see if Bonzi Buddy's ready to get installed. Then we can move on to something else. Right, Bonzi Buddy, are you ready? Are you ready for your time to shine? I'm trying to think, how can I get Bonzi Buddy into Can I get Bonzi Buddy into my PC? Ooh. I didn't realize that was still in the CD tray. Interesting. Let me have a think. Maybe we can do some kind of advanced funneling web folders, dial-up networking shenanigans to get it. You know what? I should be able to just create a. How big is the file? Bonzi Buddy is 49.8 megabytes. And how big was a floppy disk back in the day? How much storage space on a 3.5 inch floppy? 1.44 megabytes. That's all. And Bonzi Buddy was 49. Christ, Bonzi Buddy would have been 50 floppy disks, basically. Unbelievable. ISO creator tool. Make a fake CD. 5 best programs to create an ISO. We recommend Tipard DVD Creator. Garbage. Open source creator. ISO creator download from sourceforge.net. That sounds like the bee's knees. My download will start shortly. Yeah, Bonzi was internet only. I mean, it just makes me think, just like by the early 2000s, how obsolete floppy disks had already started to become. Like if people were like using 56k modems to download 50 megabyte freaking junk like Bonzi Buddy, you know, you couldn't have distributed down a floppy disk. I remember seeing a copy of Windows 95 on floppy disk, and that was like 40 floppy disks. And I remember trying to install that once for a friend. And when you get to like, please insert disk 39 of 40, and like disk 30, like disk 39 is missing, which is what happened, by the way. You know, wow, fun times to be had by all, frankly. I was in a bad mood. Those were the problems back in my day. I've attempted to extract the Bonzi Buddy zip folder. BonziBuddy432.exe. Windows Defender is screaming at me. It's not happy. It's questioning why I am doing this. I'm going to overwrite. I'm going to override. I'm going to do what I think is best and put my entire production machine in jeopardy. ISO has been created. Let's mount it. Let's get it mounted, boys and girls. Let's get it going. CD loaded. This program must be run on Windows NT 2000 XP 2003 server, Vista 2008 server, and 7. It's not the original Bonzi Buddy. It's the Windows NT version of Bonzi Buddy. No! I guess it must have been a Windows XP era thing. Wow. Never mind. We gave it our best shot. We gave it a go. But Bonzi Buddy apparently does not like to run on Windows 90X. See you later, Red. Cheers for tuning in. Let's get back on our Windows 95 machine. The sizing has gone a little bit awry. That'll do. Right, what would you like to play next? I've, we can play a couple more things potentially. Hover. I did promise you Hover, and Hover we shall play, sir. Absolutely, we will play Hover. Let me get my Windows 95 CD out. Do I have it here somewhere? Ta-da! Windows 95 with Plus. And the nice thing about the Windows 95 disc was there was this folder on the CD called Fun Stuff. And then you've got Hover, which is what we'll play in a second. But you also had some pictures, some extra wallpapers that you could find, like clouds. And clouds, but with the Windows 95 logo on it, because reasons. This is a very rare version of Paint, by the way, or Microsoft Plus for Paint, Kids Paint. It had things like this freaking Blender tool, which was beautiful. And then you could, like, put blocks over things, make it melt. This is the often unknown, unsung version of Microsoft Paint that people just don't remember. And it's a beautiful version of Microsoft Paint. Listen to these sound effects, by the way. You could blow the whole thing up. Like, I defy you to tell me that this isn't the best version of MS Paint that people don't remember. Like, this is the definitive MS Paint. The Plus version of Paint is where it's at. Right, so you had those pictures. You also had some videos. And I won't play them for very long for fear of copyright strike. But you had Eddie Brickell's Good Time for some reason as an AVI. You also had some welcome videos. Motion video on PCs. Now, this was like an exciting thing back in the day. You couldn't make them full screen. You could resize them. And they were really pixelated. But back then, like, this was impressive stuff. And yeah, so you had a few little random welcome videos. No, I've not done Hover yet, don't worry. There was also Weezer's, doesn't want to play. But there was a Weezer music video on there for some reason. Anyway, Hover. I promised Hover. I will play Hover. I think 95 had a CD sampler on it. And I think it may have had Hellbender on it. We can check after this if you like. F2 to start a game of Hover. I only recently managed to get good enough at Hover to realise that there was a second level to it. And apparently there's a third level. Which blew my mind because I'd never seen it before. Yeah, there's 3 levels. I was like, wow. I just thought it was the one. But anyway, Hover, again, really impressive graphically for the time. You've even got, like, reflections. Like, there's a rear view mirror on the top. Computationally expensive to do. I think it's effectively a capture the flag kind of deal. So it's the first team to capture all 3 flags wins. So I think as the red team, I'm trying to find the blue flags. There's one up there. And yeah, first team to get to all 3 blue, or to catch all 3 of the other team's flags wins. I think, which is worrying because the AI enemy has already captured 1 flag, and has now captured 2. So I'm not doing very well at all. There are some power-ups, such as go fast. Gotta go fast. Gotta go faster. It basically is Windows 3D Maze on crack. That is effectively what it is. Hey, there's another blue flag up there. Oh, we've lost. What difficulty is this on? You have been defeated. The drones have captured all of your flags. Would you like to play again? Absolutely. Level 1. Can I have easy mode, please? Thank you. There was no excuse for that performance. I just, yeah, the music is super funky. I love the music. Hey, there's the first flag already. Doing better already. Oh no, I've grabbed the slow down power up. We didn't want that. Yeah, this was a fun little game that came included with Windows 95. It's funny that it was never really promoted. Like, it was just kind of left on the disc for people to find, for the curious who decided to go exploring the file folders of the CD. Which is a cool little idea. I enjoy the fact they did that. Like, it was Windows 95 was such a big deal that people were just going to find this stuff. They didn't have to point it out to people. I remember when Windows 95 released and people were like queuing up around the block to get into Best Buy to buy it on launch day, and you won't see that. It's like an Apple launch. You wouldn't see that anymore. Right, we're effectively neck and neck. We need to find the third flag quickly before the enemy finds ours. It's neck and neck. It's down to the wire. Why did I just fly back into the slow down power up again? I think we've lost again, frankly. Is that it over there? No. No. I don't think you can open any doors or anything like that, Spartan. No, it's literally just to fly around and find the flags. Not the slow down power up again! Oh no. Disaster. Yeah, it really is harder than it looks. I have no idea where the third flag could be, honestly. I am so surprised the AI hasn't found their third flag either yet. Where could it possibly be? Oh, is that it over there? I found it, I found it, I found it! Please get it before the red. Please get it before the red. Yes! Amazing. And this is the second level of Hover, which which only recently I discovered even existed, and I freaking love it. It reminds me of like a Sonic CD level. It's freaking neon as anything. The music sounds like Sonic CD. It's like, I forget what the second level's called, but anyway, it's funky AF. Yeah, it is a pretty hard game, actually. I guess it's hard because it's trying to stretch 3 levels out. It's good fun, though. Fun fact, they actually made a web browser version of Hover to celebrate the release of Edge or Internet Explorer something or another. I forget which. And I don't think it's online anymore, sadly, but... Look at that skybox. Have you seen something that realistic before in a video game? I think not. I cannot find a single flag. Oh, there it is. Oh, damn it, he's gone for the second flag already. Oh, he's turned around. What an absolute gibbon. Hello, there's the second flag. Oh, wait, what? I thought I'd already picked one up. Why have I only got one flag? Did I not collect the first flag? What's happened? Damn it. Congratulations on a stellar game. Enter your name into the high score list. S. S, right between Greg and Julie. With blank at number 10. And other top scorers include Josh, Joe, Tony, John, Larry, Charles, Joy, Patrick, Jennifer, and John. Fun times to be had by all. So that was Hover, which was a cool little extra on the Windows 95 CD. I will check the CD sampler for you, Liz Destic, just to see if this was the one that had Hellbender on it. Also, because everyone likes an interactive CD sampler. With its phenomenal, and I do mean phenomenal, introduction music. With its new start button. Click. Look at this World Wide Web, which has now been unleashed onto the population at large. Look at all these Encarta's 97 CDs, which you can stack on top of each other so that they get scratched very easily. Look at the pyramids. Look at this Magic School Bus edutainment. Microsoft 3D Movie Maker. Now that's something I've got installed. There was only one good reason to use Microsoft 3D Movie Maker, and that was to make obscene pornographic movies from 3D characters. I'm not going to do that, as this is a family friendly stream, but that's kind of what that was used for. I would love to find a clean version of that song which is not compressed to fuck, because that is a tune that I enjoy. Right, where do I want to go today?
Welcome to the interactive CD sampler from Microsoft.
The interactive CD sampler.
The possibilities are practically unlimited when you choose any of these destinations.
Let's have a look in the games arena.
Escape the everyday doldrums of work. Try your hand at Deadly Tide. Or
That is one hell of a monitor, frankly.
Or catch the action in Monster Truck Madness. Click on the catalog.
Well, there you go, Microsoft Hellbender. Click here to install the game now. Would you like to play Hellbender? Yes, Monster Truck Madness I think I've already installed, actually. Oh, I've already got Hellbender installed. What the hell? Well, I've installed it again, apparently. Oh, maybe that's because I've just installed it. DirectX is required to play Hellbender. Click here after installing Hellbender if you do not have DirectX on your system machine. It's already installed, actually. Let's give it a go. Microsoft Games, Hellbender, trial version. Nice. Primary control, keyboard or gamepad? I'll try gamepad. I haven't used the gamepad for a little while. Hopefully it's still working. Difficulty, of course. Oh, I'll leave it on normal. Fear of people complaining. That looks like a Romulan warbird of some description.
Welcome, counselor.
Oh, a counselor, Hellbender. Of course, Hellbender is just Fury. It's the prequel to Fury 3. So when we played Fury 3 before, it's actually it's in the same series or universe, I believe. The gamepad's decided not to work because I rebooted the machine while it was disconnected. Let me quickly shut down my computer. But yeah, Hellbender is the prequel to Fury 3. Of course it was. Such an idiot. Remember my own nostalgia that I'm peddling. The overlay disappeared. Why does it look black all of a sudden? Fine. Spent most of the video with my little monitor frame missing. Anyway, right, let's try that again with the gamepad. Programs, games, Hellbender trial version. I'm guessing this is going to be very, very similar to Fury 3 that we played earlier, actually. So I might play this for a minute and then we'll check out Monster Truck Madness. Is there any other games people want to see before I then wrap up, given it's nearly midnight here?
Welcome, Counselor. I am Eve, the Hellbender's enhanced virtual entity. I am programmed to assist you in securing Coalition victory. I will guide you through every battle, but winning the war is up to you.
Okay, so the controls feel... well, it's the same controls as Fury 3. Sound effects sound very similar as well. Gameplay feels very similar-ish. I think it looks a bit nicer graphically, but I'm not sure if that's just because of the level design as opposed to actually the graphics of the game. Certainly this is a darker, grungier kind of level. Yeah, I mean, it's exactly the same, isn't it? We've got distance there that we have to go to, destroy the targets. So why is it called Fury 3? What happened to Fury 2 and Fury 1? And yeah, I agree, Fury 3 doesn't have Gillian Anderson, so fair enough. I think the music's better in this. And like you say, the voice acting as well. But I can't see a freaking thing.
Warning, shield energy low.
I like the voice acting.
Warning, weapon energy low. Mission objective detected.
Mission objective detected. Oh, I've gone upside down a little too easily there. Oh, hello.
Surveillance tower destroyed.
Good job. I've hit all of the grounds while doing that, but bye-bye. Oh, bye, Morgan. Thanks for tuning in. I'm sorry if I've, you know, eaten up a chunk of your workday. I didn't mean to do that. But appreciate you tuning in. I'm off soon anyway, so it's all good. Let's check out Monster Truck Madness.
This is Army Armstrong. Are you ready for the trial version of Monster Truck Madness 2?
Player name Driver X. No. Player name DirectX. Skill level rookie. Sure. Whatever. Let's just have a go. Have a quick look. It's a train. Can you change the view? Wow.
Executioner.
So no, I think it's just first person view.
Executioner. Firestone Wilderness.
I am so confused right now. I've just been picked up by a helicopter. I can change to an external view, but then I can't drive. I can look behind me. Manual gears. Weird. Alright then, let's just play in first person then. I mean, again, like, you know, for the time, graphically quite impressive. I mean, it's very low resolution, and the tree popping is, you know, something else. But if you know, if you had it on a small enough monitor and you squinted very, very hard to the point where you were like, you know, couldn't really see, you could argue this is almost photorealistic, you know. But why? One question though: why would you want to drive monster trucks and not be able to see the monster truck that you're driving? That's the real question. Must be a view. Oh, you can change the view. V on the keyboard. Nice. Cool. That's better. The good old American sport of monster trucking. I have no idea where I'm going. Just trying to see if there's a boundary to this map, I guess. Surprisingly enough, the answer seems to be no at the moment. How big is this map? Or is it just procedurally generated? Is it just like, yeah, you go. You try and reach those mountains, you'll never get there. I think it is, you know. I think it's just going to let me go. Weird. But also very interesting. It's like Minecraft, but in monster trucks. I'm genuinely intrigued by this. Do I have to drive all the way back again? I don't think that's the intended way to play Monster Truck Madness, but there you go. Now I've understood the controls a little better. Let's try that again. Well, this time we'll actually race and not just drive into the unknown. It became very much Penn and Teller's Desert Bus for a second there. Well, I'm doing better at this than I did at Pod so far, so that's good. I think I've got it on a little bit too easy of a setting, actually. This is a bit of a whitewash. Whee! Yeah, this is actually not that exciting when you're when you're able to just push forward and win. It's only a 2-lap race though, so we might as well do it. It's the Goodyear blimp. Oh, this is boring. I swear I can hear some like weird laughter in the music track in the background. I think this live stream is beginning to run to the end of its course, don't you? What a spectacular finish! DirectX coming in first place with a time of 3 minutes and 1 second. Executioner, no, just computer. Driving an executioner truck, I assume. A full 25 seconds slower. So yeah, good job me.
When you're ready for more down and dirty racing, come on down here to your software reseller and pick up your copy of the retail version of Monster Truck Madness 2.
Nice. Right, I think I'll call it there. I don't know if there's anything. Oh yeah, I forgot about the WCW and NWO trucks. Oh yes, I remember seeing that. I never really played it, but I remember seeing screenshots of those. I remember thinking they were cool. Oh, the 90s, man. Nostalgia. I'm not going to play the Oregon Trail because, oh, things have gone a bit funky. And it's upset. No, forget about it. Good night, everybody. Let's shut down the computer. It's now safe to turn off your computer. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. That was good fun. I'm still trying to think about what to do on a retro series. We had some good suggestions, so I might be playing something next. Either going through the Gex series, potentially. There were a few other good suggestions that came up. So I'm probably going to get on that starting tomorrow. Maybe the day after. Yeah. I will be back. And until then, there's a Dark Souls 2 coming. So, hold the phone. I've just got to remember how to edit it because, it's been that long. I don't quite remember. And yeah, apart from that, it's business as usual. But yeah, I will catch you all. I'll catch you all next time. Bye bye.